very good evening to everybody. It's lovely and it's our pleasure that we are on the first meeting, North Stars Toastmasters meeting. And it is our 26th meeting. And with your permission, I declare this meeting 26 of North Star International Toastmasters open. When you get what that's God's, and you don't get what you want, that's God's protection. So now we know we are in the pandemic, what we are facing day by day. So we know that God has kept something great for us. So I like to say that not to be very much panic, to be relaxed and to take your time to overcome this period. And in our Toastmasters fraternity, we are all very blessed because this is a non-profitable organization where we have more opportunities to overcome the difficulties, to learn public speaking, to have a very good rapport with each and all. We learn so many methodologies, so many skills and soft skills. And this online meetings is really a wonderful way. Like even we have started to use this in our schools and the place wherever we work. So this is really a very good platform. Like we have enjoyed this platform, we have to share the same with others also. And I welcome each and everybody here. And I can see our special guest, DTM Aditya Maheshwaran has joined. Can we give a very good round of applause for him for acknowledging and taking his time to join our meeting?
Hi, Zeenat. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Lovely to be here.
Really, in District 116, we are so happy that we are having a great personality being as a special guest in our first online meeting. Our area director, Shaini Krishnan, and we have the other Toastmasters from other clubs too. Support and background for North Star, who was the sponsor and who brought the North Star in such a great success. That is none other than our DTM Rajesh. Can we give a very good round of applause to everybody? Now I'd like to take this opportunity, like all around the world, we have the people getting into our meetings. Unmute the guest. Can we have the introduction from the guest, please?
My name is Edwin Okech. I am a Toastmaster from Kisumu Toastmasters, Kenya. And in my club, I am the Sergeant at Arms. In my club, we just held last week our 92nd meeting online. And in my club, I am the Sergeant at Arms.
Hello.
I have come here to join you so that I can see how these things are done even internationally, so that I can learn and see how you people conduct your meetings.
Hello, Madam Balkis.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, yes, sir, you can go ahead. Yeah. Sundaresan, sir, welcome from all the way from India, our mentor.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, Madam.
Welcoming each and everyone, those who have participated for this meeting. Can we give a very good round of applause for everybody, those who are available here? Okay. There should be a leader to lead the team. And today we had a great person. He's very simple, very much dedicated, passionate, and whatever assigned, we consider him as a valuable person in our club. That is none other than Toastmaster Deepak Singh Jadhav, who's going to take us to the way of success. Can we all welcome him to go ahead with this meeting?
Thank you, President
Yes, we can hear you.
for such a wonderful introduction. I hardly had such nice words from anyone else earlier. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all in good health. Our today's meeting is being attended by some of the eminent Toastmasters. Please give a big round of applause to all the Toastmasters and the guests attending these meetings. Today's theme is new beginning. It's a very simple term. What is the meaning of new beginning? When we hear the word new beginning, this means starting anything new. It can be anything. It can be starting any activity, even start of a day, a boy starting to go to school, joining a university, or starting any job. Anything that is start is considered as a new beginning. And it creates lots of hope and opportunities in the mind. I believe every one of you must have gone to the school, right? How many of you remember that on your first day at the school, you had cried? Now, if today you are again asked to go back to the school, will you cry? No. Because when we went to the school, we did not know that we will make many new friends. We will meet many teachers. Some of them will be the great mentors in our life. We did not know we will get a lot of knowledge and information that will be useful in our day-to-day life, social life. The knowledge that we will get will help us in building our career, professional life, that will help us in getting a good job, and even to do a business if you are interested to. So this is the reason when first time when we go into the school, we cried. The same way, any beginning when we do, there are some apprehensions, sometimes fears, sometimes even doubts, whether how will it be? We will be successful? Will it be an enjoying or will it be a difficult? We don't know. But when we completely involve ourselves into it, we become a part of it, we adapt to it, we enjoy. That's how any beginning continues. Now, in today's competitive world, it is difficult. A person cannot survive if he does not accept the change. Change has to be accepted. Not only that, but if someone wants to excel in the life, in any activity, he just not only need to accept the change, but he has to be the part of the change. That's very important. Now let's talk about current situation. I'll give some examples about the current situation. Few weeks back, when I heard that new credit cards in the Qatar, they come now with a contact-free swiping. Means you don't need to swipe it, you don't need to enter the PIN numbers, just with the contact with the swipe machine, small transaction up to certain amounts can be made. When I heard this few weeks back, I was not happy with it. Even I heard that if you put on the back side of in your pant, in a wallet, maybe with a swipe machine, a person can steal the money. So I was thinking this is a bit strange. But today, in this current situation of this pandemic, in fact, it has been accepted. We welcome such things. So these things we are changing with the times. The current situation has made us to do the things in a different way. Few weeks back, even when we heard this pandemic is there, we cannot gather, we cannot have online meetings, we cannot have personal meetings, we cannot gather, we'll have to do the online meetings. I myself had doubt in my mind, how will be online meeting? Will it be enjoyable? I don't think. I was thinking like that. It took a couple of weeks. Then when we got the information about some other Toastmaster clubs starting their meeting, and then when I joined, I saw. Now today, when we have involved ourselves, and as we involve more and more, we will enjoy these also. So things change with the time. We have to continuously learn in our life to make our life living. Few days, I will talk about some incidents. Sometime back, almost 2 years back, I was in my villa alone. I was getting bored. I thought what to do. It struck to my mind, okay, let me try singing. I had never tried singing before that at all. I tried singing. I enjoyed. Since then, I continued. Continued watching videos on the YouTube and these things. And since then, it has become my passion to singing. Now, almost maybe 4 to 5 times a week, I must be singing half an hour to 1 hour, and it has become my passion. And when I myself trying to improve my singing and these things, a kind of satisfaction comes that I am trying to improve my skill. So learning never stops. The best thing in the learning is you just need to start it. You need to begin it. And then the process takes care, provided you have the willingness, the desire to do it. One such more incidents I will tell. In the December when I went to vacation, I thought of taking turban. Now I come from the western part of India. In my community, we have a specific style of tying the turban on our head. People in olden times used to tie the turban, but now people don't do that. People during any function, they buy the ready-made turban, put it on their head, and do the function. But that does not look so natural and graceful as I think so, and many people. So I put that cloth, which is almost 8.5 to 9 meter long cloth, in my bag. My wife asked, "Are you going to wear this in Qatar?" I said, "Oh no, I want to learn." I brought it here. I tried a couple of times, and now I am already very much conversant with it. I know how to tie the turban. So this is how the new learning we can continue in our life to enjoy the life. Okay, thank you. To start with our official process, club meeting process, we all know that these club meetings are held in 3 parts: prepared speeches, second is the table topic speeches, and third is the evaluation session. To help me conduct this meeting, we have a team of role players. Our today's first role player is Toastmaster Deepesh. Toastmaster Deepesh will play the role of our counter and additionally the role as a listener. Toastmaster Deepesh is a chemical engineering graduate from Kerala. He is working in Oryx GTL. He is married, has one son, and he is a passionate reader and a music lover. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Deepesh. Toastmaster
Deepesh.
Deepesh, can you please explain your role as our counter and the listener?
Good evening to all Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I'm taking the role of accounter and a listener. As an accounter, my role is to note and keep track of words and sounds used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The use of inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, like, you know, as well as sounds like will be met with audible click. I will not any use of crutch or filler words mentioned. And can I explain the listener also?
Yes,
being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. As a listener, I will not interesting tidbits of the information from any of the speaker and ask questions near the end of the meeting to see if everyone was paying the attention. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepesh. Our second role player is grammarian. Today's grammarian is Toastmaster Vijeta Rai. Can I see Vijeta Rai is available? Excuse me.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Vijeta Rai is MCOM by qualification. She has done diploma in teachers training and diploma in commercial practice. She is a teacher at North Star International School. She is a fluent and a natural speaker. Please welcome Toastmaster Vijeta Rai as grammarian. Toastmaster Vijeta Rai, please explain your role as a grammarian.
Thank you, sir. A very good evening. And today, as a grammarian, my role is to pay close attention to all the speakers and carefully to check their language usage and uh, take a note of any mistakes they are using and any outstanding words and quotes or any sayings or thoughts. I will make a note of that. And it is my, as a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day. And today's word of the day is supersede, which means take the place of or replace. Like an example for using the word is, the old curriculum of the school is now superseded. And one more example is, the older models of car now have been superseded. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day at maximum, and I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vijayata Rai. Now, today's third role player is timer. Today's timer is Toastmaster Balkis Nasser. Toastmaster Balkis Nasser is a graduate in physics. She is a postgraduate in computer science. She is vice president education at 2 Toastmaster clubs, the Midwave, Mid-Twin Waves Toastmaster and the North Star Toastmaster Club. She is a member at 3 Toastmaster clubs. She is General Secretary of NES-NIAC Ladies Wing Qatar chapter for special needs children. She loves cooking and attending competitions. I think that is why she keeps us busy. She likes competitions. She is working at Hamad Medical Corporation for last 14 years. She is in Qatar for almost 21 years. And she is a role model Toastmaster for all of us. Madam Balkis Nasser, can you please explain your role as a timer?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your inspiring introduction. Life and time are the world's best teachers. Life teaches us to make good use of time, and time teaches us the value of life. Respected special guest, DTM Aditya Maheshwaran, dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening all. Time and the tide waits for no one. So let's not waste our time. As a timer, it's my duty to record the time for the entire meeting, for the prepared speeches, table topic speeches, and speech evaluations. For the prepared speeches, when the speaker reaches the minimum allotted time, that is 35 minutes, the virtual background changes to green color. And when the speaker reaches at 6 minutes, virtual background turns to yellow. And at the 7 minutes, it will be turned to red color, red background, virtual background. For the table topic session, the speaker reaches at the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the virtual background changes to green, and at 1 minute and 30 seconds, it will change to yellow. And at 2 minutes, it will the virtual background turn to red. And for the evaluation speech session, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, the virtual background change to green color, and at 2.5 yellow, and at 3 red color. With all these speeches, we have 30 seconds grace period. And requested all speakers and TMOD to pin my video before you start the speeches. You know how to pin. If any doubt, just clear that time. Then I will give the report. I will report the qualifying time when called upon through of the meetings. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balkis Nair. Thank you, all the role players. I appreciate your kind support in helping me to conduct these meetings. Now, today we have a special guest. The guest name is DTM Aditya Maheshwaran. It is a great privilege to have you in this meeting, DTM Aditya Maheshwaran. We are very lucky that we will be able to hear you. Mr. Aditya Maheshwaran is an award-winning speaker at 2015 World Championship for Public Speaking held at Las Vegas, USA. He was finalist in 2017 at World Championship Public Speaking at Vancouver, Canada. He was semi-finalist at 2014 World Championship Public Speaking held at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He is a two-time TEDx speaker. He has spent over 6,000 hours of stage time as a speaker and facilitator. He is MBA in strategy from Indian School of Business. He is associated with one of the largest management consultancies in the world. He has coached clients in over 8 countries, including USA, Middle East, India, and Singapore. Over 80% of his clients have crossed over 6 coaching sessions with DTM Aditya. Over to DTM Aditya. Please welcome, give a big round of applause for DTM Aditya Maheshwaran.
Thank you, and that's
This is a international club.
Thank you, and that's a very kind introduction. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear friends. Thank you so much, Zenith, for inviting me to this session today. It is so amazing the times that we live in, isn't it? Where all it takes is a Zoom link and a 3 MB software to get connected to people around the world. And the last 2 weeks have been beautiful in that sense for me, apart from work, to connect with Toastmasters around the world, whether it be the United States, Qatar, Dubai, Singapore, India, of course, Australia, and where I live, London. So it's fascinating. As I was scrolling through the participant list, I could see many familiar people like Mr. Singaraju, Mr. Rajesh, Zenith, of course, and many more who I recognized when I went through the list. Singaraju was easy to notice because of the Jamaican background that he had as a virtual background. So I hope all of you are doing well, and thanks again for inviting me. I just want to briefly speak for a few minutes, and then I would be more than happy to open it out for a few questions and answers if time permits, Zenith and Mr. Toastmaster. You know, we are in times of change, aren't we? Not just in our life and at work, even in Toastmasters. The pandemic that we are living in today has changed fundamentally the way Toastmasters meetings take place. I really doubt whether Ralph C. Smedley, over 90 years ago, would have even thought that public speaking would be possible with each of us sitting in our sofas in our houses, yet connected together through video for Toastmasters. So sometimes we may feel that the learning that we derive from Toastmasters, because it's online, because of so many other things happening, may be limited. Should I really join that online meeting? Because you know what? I can do better things in that time. I won't be able to get the real public speaking experience. Should I really stay connected to Toastmasters? So we find a lot of Toastmasters leaving Toastmasters over the last 1 month or so. This reminds me of nearly 12 years ago, when I was a Toastmaster for around 3 years at that point in time. But I thought I had learned everything about public speaking and leadership in Toastmasters. You know, that initial quarter life crisis in Toastmasters that all of us face, where you feel you've done your 10 projects, you've learned everything. So I told my mentor at Toastmasters, then I was in Chennai at that point in time, Chennai Toastmasters Club. I walked up to my mentor and told my mentor, I'm bored of doing evaluations meeting after meeting. I'm not learning anything. So I want to quit Toastmasters. She looked at me and said, Aditya, let me ask you a question. I said, sure, what's the question? She said, Aditya, if I take you to the Marina Beach, and some of you may know Marina Beach is one of the longest beaches in the world in Chennai. And she said, if I take you to the Marina Beach, and if I ask you to bring back as much water from the sea, how much water do you think you can bring back Said, what a stupid question. I don't know. I can bring back 5 liters of water, probably 10 liters of water. Then she asked me another question. She asked, Aditya, is the amount of water you can bring, has it got anything to do with the amount of water in the sea or in the ocean? I said, no. The amount of water I bring has got nothing to do whether the ocean can supply enough water to me or not. She said, Aditya, the amount of water you can take from the ocean depends only on the vessel that you carry to the ocean. If you take a spoon to the ocean, how much ever you try, you can only bring back a spoonful of water. If you take a bucket, you can bring back a bucket full of water. If you take a tanker lorry, you can bring back a tanker lorry full of water. She said, Aditya, Toastmasters is similar. For that matter, life is like that. The amount of learning you can extract from Toastmasters or from life does not depend on whether Toastmasters has enough learning or not. It depends on the vessel that you carry each time you do a role, you attend a meeting, you get into that room called Toastmasters. If you take a spoon, you may attend 100 Toastmasters meetings, but you would only get back a spoonful of learning. If you take a tanker lorry of learning capacity, then even if you attend 1 Toastmaster meeting, you will get back a tanker lorry full of learning. So what vessel do you want to carry, Aditya? And I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. I wanted to quit because I was carrying a spoon. What do I do to carry a tanker lorry? She said, Aditya, you said you are getting bored of evaluations, doing evaluations every week. Have you thought of experimenting with evaluations? I said, what do you mean by experimenting with evaluations? She said, why don't you evaluate differently? I went back home and I was thinking, what did she mean by that? So from then on, I made it a point that I would change the way I evaluate people. So the next meeting I came and I tried to evaluate using an acronym of the speaker's name. The speaker's name was Raja, R-A-J-A. So I did my evaluation on R-A-J-A as an acronym and everybody clapped and I learned something new. The week after that, I came back and I said, what do I do differently as an evaluator? So this time, I love poetry, rhymes. So at the end of evaluation, instead of summarizing it normally, I summarized using a 4-line poetry. The week after that, and I asked myself, oh my God, what do I do differently today? So what I did was capture the evaluation using information in the speaker's speech itself. He was talking about a vacation to some hill station. So I used the artifacts of the speech to give him evaluation. So then I realized, why didn't I think of all of this previously? Conclusion is what we reach when we are tired of thinking. Similarly, my friends, my message to you today is that at times in Toastmasters, you may feel that the learning is stopped or curtailed. But at that time, do ask yourself whether it is the Toastmasters which is limited in learning, or is it the vessel that you are carrying into the Toastmasters meeting that is small. Expand the vessel, the more water gets filled in. Expand your learning capacity, the more you learn from Toastmasters. I'm going to pause now with this small message, and with your permission, we can spend some time opening the floor for any questions. So feel free to ask me questions about what I spoke or on public speaking, leadership, Toastmasters, myself, a profession, whatever. Ask me anything. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster, to moderate.
This is Toastmaster Alarmail Mangai from Indian Club Toastmasters. Thank you, Aditya, for sparing your valuable time and spending time with us. It's been a pleasure. I've been a great ardent fan of you in the sense for a quite long time. And you have been a great inspiration for most of the Toastmasters worldwide. My question to you is that, how do you take up don't take me wrong. If at all we get to lose in the contest, how should we look at the failure in the contest and get over with that? Since it's been a contest time, I thought I'll just
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a great question, and that's a great question to ask me, because I have failed more in Toastmasters than probably all
No,
of you.
there are Toastmasters who aren't even able to get over the club level. I'm just talking about them.
No, you're right. In fact, I remember in 2015 when I got number 2 and Mohammed Khatani got number 1 in the backstage of Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. There's a lot of press who are ready to interview the top 3 winners. Incidentally, more people are interested to interview the second place winner because there's more gossip there. Why did you lose? And were the judges wrong? Very few people are interested to interview the first place winner because it's non-controversial. So in that sense, taking success and failure is something that I've learned over time. But to answer your question, Mangesh, if you realize entire Toastmasters community is what, 400,000 people? Yeah, around that, 4,400,000 people.
Probably.
Which is a drop in the ocean when you consider the population of the world, isn't it? 7 billion, 8 billion, which is 0.000 something. So even if you're a world champion or a district winner in Toastmasters, you are the winner in a very, very small little well that you're swimming in. And inside that well, you're famous, people know you, but outside that well, you're just another person. So the humility to understand that it is after all a competition amongst a very, very small set of human population itself ensures that success doesn't go to your head and failure doesn't go to your heart. So you carry on. But the best way to behave and come out of it is take the learnings from that and put it back the next year. So as my introducer told you all, that 2014 was my first experience at the World Championship semifinals in Kuala Lumpur. Now, it was very easy for me to stop there, because why risk competing the next year? What if I fail at the area contest? What if I fail at the club contest? Everybody would say I was lucky the last year. But where would I put all that learning to practice? So I came back in 2015 and put those learnings to practice and went all the way to the finals. And then again, I put those learnings to practice in 2017 in Vancouver. So the best way to come out of a failure is to ask, have I learned in the process? And if I have learned, where do I put it to practice next time? And you always climb up the ladder in terms of experience. Though in 2015, I reached world number 2, and in 2017, I was in the finals, but I didn't get placed. Personally, I was more happy with my 2017 performance than even my 2015 performance, because I felt I had become a better speaker in the process of those 2 years. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, please.
Yes, Sundar, go on.
Toastmaster Sundar here. Hi, Toastmaster Aditya. Few years before I have met you in Alcor community, I asked the same question. After a few years, I'm asking the same question. What do you feel about that mentoring in the club level? And after a few years, what do you feel about the same question? Mentoring at the club level.
Thank you for that question. So if you asked me the same question 2 years ago and asked me the same question now, that means I clearly did not give you a good answer 2 years ago. But mentoring is very important. And even in the example that I gave you, it was my mentor who ensured that I did not quit Toastmasters at the right time. But mentoring is a partnership between a mentee and a mentor. And both these roles have their responsibility, don't they? As a mentor, we must ensure we are not insecure that we are the only learning channel for our mentee. A mentor should be secure that either they help the mentee or they are able to point the mentee to the right people. So for the first thing that's important for a mentor is not being insecure that this is my mentee, my mentee can learn only from me. Then you're restricting the mentee rather than helping them see the world for what it is. It's like children, isn't it? But from a mentee's perspective, a mentee needs to understand that the mentor need not be a better speaker than me to be my mentor. In Toastmasters, we often immediately run to speakers who are good to mentor ourselves. But being a good speaker does not mean you're a good coach. Sachin Tendulkar's coach was not a better batsman than him. Roger Federer's coach was not a better tennis player than Roger Federer. Michael Phelps' coach was not a better swimmer than Michael Phelps. So what a mentor requires is more than just the gift of the gab or expertise. Many mentees don't understand that. Many mentees want to go only to a world champion to get a speech review. But we need to select mentors who match our wavelength with respect to the way we think, with respect to our value systems. Then the chemistry works really well. So there is a responsibility on both sides to make the chemistry click.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya.
Welcome.
Toastmaster Aditya, I have DTM Aditya rather. I have a question for you. Can you hear me?
Hi, Nilofer.
Yeah, this is Nilofer from Doha Toastmasters. It's always a big pleasure listening to you, the way you use the words and how you create an impact on all in the audience. And I have one question about impact. They say that when you give a speech in public, it's like the impact, 70% is visual. The impact created is 70% visual, 30% out of the voice and the words and the content. And now when we are in this turbulent times and a speaker has to transpose from that 3D to this 2D, how can contestants overcome this, and create an impact? Because when we hear people even standing near their cameras and giving a speech, we don't feel the same thing as we see them live. So how do the contestants mainly overcome this handicap?
Yeah, and it is definitely a handicap because what we do in Toastmasters is public speaking, and you've taken away the public out of speaking. It's difficult. I'm probably going to just ensure that I don't take too long. So I'll give you two tips. One is we need to start practicing differently because the format is different. The traditional way of practicing for speaking in your club or area or division where it's live is we practice a lot more of stage spacing. We practice a lot more of choreographing our movements, expanded body language. Some of that don't look good on camera, right? Too much of movement on camera is actually more distracting than value adding, right? So you may want to limit, if you're naturally trained in Toastmasters to do a lot of hand gestures and to move around a lot on stage, you may want to practice in a way where you're making it more subtle, where your hands are moving few inches rather than few feet, where you're probably standing and learning to pivot your leg rather than move your leg. You know what's the difference between pivot and move? So if these are your two legs on the ground, we normally move if we want to change characters. But you want to learn to pivot, which is you're fixing your leg at one point and pivoting so that you're still in the frame of the screen. So that's one tip. How do you manage and leverage your body language and stage spacing to fit into that camera that you have?
Right. Thank you.
The other important thing is just getting the technology right. The volume with which you need to project your voice is different. Are you speaking with a microphone here or on your laptop's microphone? Similarly, is the camera at length with your forehead? So it shouldn't be too low, it should be too high. It should be at length with your forehead. Similarly, do you have light falling on you rather than from behind you? So these are some quick hacks that will help you appear more confident on camera. Hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Master with Aditya, this is Venkat from Alcor Toastmasters.
Hi, Venkat. There you go.
Nice attending this meeting, and thanks for taking the call. Says thus, I would like to know, like in this competitive world and people having so many things to do, like how to maintain the right wavelength and right mindset to learn always, day in and day out, to maintain the attitude.
To maintain a learning attitude, Venkat, philosophy from any part of the world would tell you that acceptance of ignorance leads to the desire to become more. So when our cup is already full, you cannot pour more water in the cup, isn't it? You've got to empty the cup and then you can pour more water in it. In this world, we face this contradiction where at all times we are forced to project expertise. We are forced to project that we know everything. And that's how you get your promotion. That's how you sound smart to people you talk to. But at the same time, you cannot survive in this world unless you continuously learn. So in a way, it's a contradiction. Your cup needs to be full, yet you need to keep pouring water in it. So how do you manage this fundamental contradiction that we face in this world today? And that's where you realize that what you show to the world could be the projection of expertise. But in your mind, you still are the child who is eager to learn, which is you're physically dynamic in motion. You're doing what you can, but you're mentally at rest. You know that there is so much more to learn. So the way I try to learn and have that learning mindset, Venkat, is to ensure that I have a schedule. I try to follow the circadian cycle, which is wake up, I don't always succeed, but try to wake up at a time and spend some time in learning. And this is not just learning and reading a book. This is about asking more fundamental questions. And then spend some time later in the night when I'm back home on reflecting on the day and asking what went well, what did not go well, how could I have done things better, so that by the time I sleep, I'm not leaving any stones unturned that I'm guilty about. So my peace also hopefully should be more peaceful. So having a structure around your day and keeping pockets in your day preserved for learning may be a good start. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya. Thank you.
Yeah, Aditya, I'm a big fan of yours. I admire the way you connect to people, which I haven't seen in any of the world champions. So my question is, when can we expect to see Aditya the world champion? Which year?
Well, Singaraju, in your question itself was the answer. If I become the world champion, I may stop connecting with people. So, no. Well, after 2017, I haven't really competed. So it's 3 years. I definitely, I have nothing against it or for it. So when I feel that I have a message that's worthwhile for my audience to listen to and connect to, I will definitely come back to the competition. And hopefully, who knows, one day I may end up winning the title or not. We don't know. But what's important, Singaraju, is for me to ensure that, something very interesting happened just 2 days ago, Singaraju. Interesting you asked that question, because I was talking to a non-Toastmaster, a person who's never heard of Toastmasters. And I was generally asking, when you get dejected or depressed, what do you search for? And they said, I search for TED speeches, I search for, some motivational speakers. Nobody in the world says that in real life, when they are demotivated, they go and search for a world champion speaker to demotivate. That made me feel so guilty. What are we doing here? We are so self-conscious on stage as in World Championship. It's all about me, myself, that trophy. why don't a person who's truly feeling down in life, shouldn't they be feeling like Googling a world champion speech to get motivated? But nobody Googles a Toastmaster speech to get motivated. So that made me ask some questions as to what should we change about ourselves as speakers to truly help people who are feeling low and depressed, because we call ourselves inspirational speakers in Toastmasters. But are we truly inspiring people? So when I feel that I get a speech that satisfies the Toastmasters criteria, yet which is truly able to impact people who are feeling low and down, probably that year would be the year I come back to competition. Thank you so much. I hope it comes out soon.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Aditya Mahesh. It was a pleasure hearing to you. Back to Toastmaster of the Day. We'll go ahead with the session. Thank you so much. Please be on sign. Every day in Qatar, we have one or the other meeting. Kindly request to be online in one or the other meeting so we could get some good knowledge from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Aditya, for such a valuable session we had with you. Thank you very much. Now we will move on to our next session. The first session in our Toastmaster meeting is the prepared speeches. Today's first speech is by Toastmaster Samir. The speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Jinatun Nisa. Toastmaster Samir is a division manager at a Sisor galvanized factory in our core. He is from Kerala. He is a sincere Toastmaster, recently blessed with a baby boy. Congratulations to Mr. Samir, and please help me welcome Toastmaster Samir to open his first speech. Toastmaster Samir, subject Science of Mentorship. Over to Toastmaster Samir.
Evaluator
Before
will
that,
yeah.
Before that, the speaker has to pin the timer.
Yeah. Evaluator.
Samir.
Yeah.
Yes.
The evaluator can. Yes, start.
Once again, a very good evening to everybody. And today, Toastmaster Shamir is going to deliver his Level 2 Project 3 speech. The purpose of this speech is to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Wishing him all the very best. Over to Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jinatun Nisa. Please welcome Toastmaster Samir to open his speech. Science of Mentorship, Toastmaster Samir.
Yeah, Toastmaster Samir can see the timer. Yeah, timer. Can you see the timer?
Yes.
Yeah. Madam Balkis.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Deepak. And thank you all. Fellow Toastmasters and a dear guest, very good evening to you.
Good evening.
First of all, we are going through a toughest stage in our life, pandemic, COVID-19. So I really appreciate all of our guests and all of Toastmasters members to take an extra effort and come to this platform. I really appreciate and thank you so much. So my name is Samir. The topic is mentorship. Once Sir Isaac Newton told, if you see further, it's because of you are standing on the shoulders of giants. That is the most amazing word. As our Toastmaster of the Day explained the first, strive to excellence and a new beginning. So we are all trying to strive to the excellence in our life. Intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation. So what is Sir Isaac Newton is notified? If you see further, if you go further, it must be the shoulder of the giant. In the Toastmasters, it's happening. We have the intrinsic motivations and we have the knowledge, and obviously we require a mentor in our life to reach our professional achievement. That's very important thing. So whenever you look at the renowned, the speeches and entrepreneurs in this world, for example, Tony Robinson, he wrote many books. And in the beginning of his career, his mentor was Jim Rohn. The same thing is happened in our Toastmasters. As our beloved guest, Aditya explained, in few years back, he was at the edge of quit in the Toastmasters. At the Marina Beach, he asked to his mentor, I am planning to quit the Toastmasters. So brilliantly, amazingly, that mentor is explained compared to the Marina Beach. The mentor explained to Aditya, if you are considering the oceans, it depends upon the peoples are coming with the spoon and the peoples are coming with the tankers, so getting the knowledge. Before 2 years, actually, I came to this platform with a small spoon. Really, I had the same experience at some stages of life to keep this platform and to do something else. So I realized that in every meeting, in every communications, in every Toastmasters, I am learning something in terms of time management, in terms of evaluation, in terms of scheduling the speech in every aspect. That is the Toastmasters, that is the mentoring is happening here. The world-renowned author Simon Sinek once told, if you select the mentor, you must select a common wavelength person. Why? The person must be the same shared value, same shared belief, same shared trust. Then only the mentor-mentee relationship can establish. In a Toastmasters, when we consider, in every meeting, the people are observing us. So they know our weakness. They can promote us. They can evaluate us. So mentor-mentee, the relationship is best practically applicable in the Toastmasters club. And the second thing, how this learning process is happening here. In my observations, it is happening in the 3 steps. First is unconscious ways. Why I am saying the unconscious ways? One time Dr. Murphy is mentioned, human beings have the subconscious mind. What is subconscious mind is doing? Subconscious mind is observing the information from the surroundings. So when we are entering to the 2-hour, 3-hour session, we are learning a lot in the subconscious ways. That is one learning method is happening the subconscious way. And the second thing, unconscious. How the unconscious? Unconscious we explained conscious way. How it is happening conscious way? Conscious way. When we enter to these Toastmasters, prepared speeches, we have evaluator, we have the grammarian, we have the general evaluator. So the conscious level also, the learning is also happened in the Toastmasters. So 100% sure, in my experience, as a mentor, as a mentee, if we have a great desire to strive in the life, if we have the great desire to strive in our professionals, you first opt the Toastmasters. You can perceive the knowledges. You can supersede it. You are talented. You can supersede it in every aspect in this club. Science of mentorship, mentoring really happened in this place. So always carry with this message until our life end. Be a part of this Toastmasters. As like our Toastmasters Sundaram Subramanian. I am very surprised. He left from Qatar. Still, he is active in this club. So thank you so much for attending this meeting, and thank you so much this Toastmaster of the Day and everyone. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much.
As you said, today supersedes yesterday. So whatever mistakes we have done yesterday, or whatever corrections we need to make in our activity, we need to do it today. Same way, tomorrow will supersede today. So whatever we need to do the improvements, we need to plan for tomorrow, and we need to put it in our schedule and execute it. Thank you very much for such a wonderful speech. Our next session is table topic speeches. You know, table topic speeches are impromptu speech, which are generally held between 1 to 2 minutes. Today's our table topic speaker is Toastmaster Ajan. Please help me welcome Ajan for the table topic speeches. Toastmaster Ajan is a BTech from Kerala. He is married. He has 2 children. He is working with Orix GTL. He likes social work, reading, and music. He is a sincere and one of the most committed Toastmaster of our club. Please welcome Toastmaster Ajan.
Warm good evening, all Toastmasters and distinguished guests. All are welcome to our table topic section. Today I would like to make our section is very simple. So the topic is related to the current issue and common issues only. Our table topic section is to improve our impromptu speech only. I'll explain about the timing. Your response must be at least 1 minute, and it cannot be more than 2 minutes 30 seconds. And you will see green signal when the 1 minute, and yellow signal to 1 minute 30 seconds, and red signal at 2 minutes. Okay, let us start. Anybody can be a volunteer for first question? Any volunteers?
Can raise the hands. We will unmute them. Okay, Tapasvi.
Okay,
Tapasvi,
welcome. Okay, the question is, what changes you expect in our lifestyle after eradication of COVID-19? What changes you expect in our lifestyle after eradication of COVID-19?
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Life after COVID-19. I think everyone of us who's sitting inside the house must be thinking about this. And some of us surely will be fantasizing their life, coming back to the original, that we will be out of the house and we will be enjoying outside. But I'm sure because of this COVID-19 incident, our life is going to change. Now, already we have started seeing the outcome of these lockdowns. The nature is become a good one now. You can see the rivers are getting bluer, and animals are outside enjoying, and all the human beings are inside the houses. This is what is happening right now. So what we have to understand from this is that even everything is normalized, we should concentrate on saving the nature, saving the avoiding the pollution, and try our best to utilize this as minimum the resources of the nature, so that this kind of situation will not come again. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, Tapasya. Next volunteer, anybody?
Everyone raising the hands.
And they want to pin the timer.
Yeah. Our next speaker. They can raise their hands. We can unmute them. Okay, Team Krish.
Yeah, okay. TM Krish. Thank you. The question is, what do you love most about yourself? What do you love most about yourself?
These testing times have taught me a lot about myself. I used to be an extrovert. I used to have a lot of guests at home. I used to invite a lot of guests at home. And I used to enjoy these times. But now, with the lockdown, everything has changed. And I think I now know what I truly am. My dear Toastmasters and guests, thank you for having me with you all.
Thank you.
This lockdown has actually taught me that I don't like guests that much at home. I am a lot content being on my own, taking care of my home, arranging things, rearranging furniture, which my wife doesn't like, making sure my book racks are arranged, color coordinated, make sure my shirts are ironed again and again. Again, something which my wife doesn't like. So the one thing which I have figured out that I love most about myself, thanks to this quarantine period, is that I prefer to stay with myself and my most loved ones as close to me as possible without too much of interference from the outside world. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. Back to you.
Thank you, Krish. You explained very well. The next.
The Table Topic Master, we do have a guest from Alcor Malayalam Toastmasters Club, Mr. Mansoor. So we can just give him a chance.
Yes.
Where is Mansoor?
Yeah, he's Mansoor.
Mansoor, can you pin the timer? If you can, otherwise I will show the color card.
Easier, yeah.
Okay, can I proceed?
Mansoor.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How would you like to spend your time while you stay at home? How would you like to spend your time while you stay at home?
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to interact with one of the top people in the world. Actually, I love to spend my precious time. Actually, I'm a YouTuber, and I love to spend time to find out new content and find out what is trending going on, what is my audience are looking at this time, what is market trends, what is the news. This is mainly I am focusing when I am at the moment inside my home. Hello?
Yeah, keep talking, Mansoor.
Yeah, actually, while at home, I realized that I needed to do a lot of things myself. And that's why I want to keep learning and I want to get more information. And I am very well informed about what's going on around the world, especially now I'm focusing about economical changes and financial changes and how will affect the human day life. But unfortunately also very sadly that we are educating, we are learning through different materials from online, from books. We are well informed. That's why we are keeping social distance. But unfortunately, we are living with so many people. We are educated, we are looking, and we are keeping social distance. But somehow, the people are not informed what is going on around the world, even though they don't understand what is the importance of the situation. So this is very well ashamed that the people are not aware what's going on. So when I am sitting in myself, I want to learn what's going on. I want to keep my standard of life. I don't want to make problem for others with my dealings, my presence, So what I'm saying, what I'm doing this one, try to learn what's happening in the world. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mansoor. I have subscribed your channel, YouTube channel. Very nice.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Murali Shankar, welcome. My question is, what did COVID-19 teach us? What did COVID-19 teach us?
Good evening to all. And first of all, let me thank Mr. Nizar. In fact, this is the first time I am attending a program like this. It's really wonderful, especially Aditya's speech. I'm really enjoying all the sessions. And thanks once again to the whole team. And you asked me the right question that is most relevant today. COVID-19 is teaching us, it has already been teaching and taught us a lot of lessons. And as already my earlier speakers have told, it is, we have a good and bad lessons. First thing is, we all learned how to live within the four walls of our room or house, or even just like in Mumbai, if you take nearly 6 people are living in around 100 square feet of area. So it is a great lesson for all of us. And second thing is regarding the business. That's what now, how each country or each nation or each leaders, how they perceive this COVID-19 eventuality, what is their perception. Some states you see they are looking only at the safety of their citizens, whereas in some other countries the perception is entirely different. They doesn't want to stop their business. They still want to continue it. At the same time, they are ready to sacrifice a part of the population. It's really shocking to hear from certain leaders speaking outwardly, say we are ready, we'll be losing this many lakhs or even millions will be affected. So this is in fact, all of us have to think how our leaders are going to, where are our leaders standing and what is their perception, where they are going to lead us. This is really shocking too. In fact, there are some shocks as well as there are good things like yesterday I was seeing in TV that Ganga water is getting clear. In another one, within a month itself, it will become as natural as had it been around 100 years or 60 years back, because all the chemical factories are under shutdown. But on the other side, we have to see that whether it is good or bad, because we are seeing only a few, a very small part of. So I am from India. Yeah. Here about. Okay, thank you so much. I'm very happy that you given me time. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Murali Shankar. Next, calling Sundaresh sir. The question is, what makes you proud? What makes you proud?
Before my answer would have been different, table topic master. But the topic is now what makes me proud. I have to say, as a human being, I am disciplined, and the people around me are disciplined, and the people whom I know all are disciplined. So it makes me proud. And we are disciplined and we are listening to others' views and opinions sincerely. So this is something great, because we can say so many things, but when we follow the real discipline, it makes all of us proud. And it's a crisis. We all have to be under one umbrella. We have to help all around us. So let's continue the same thing, and let us be proud and make others also proud, and pray God that all this crisis moves away quickly. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, Sundaresh sir. It's very, very kindly appreciate you are coming from India for this meeting. Thank you very much.
We have a guest from the other country, that is Nelly Kiprop. Can we give a chance for them?
The next, Nelly Kiprop. Yes. Okay, my question is, how did this epidemic period affect your mental and physical health? How did this epidemic period affect your mental and physical health?
Contrary to everyone having had a bad time in terms of economics and trying to figure out why our daily routines are not the same, I feel mentally, other than the stresses of us wanting to get our daily living, it has given us all opportunities to relax. It's been a while since most of us sat with our families at our dinner tables, spend time with children or our children, take time to breathe, or even have a full 24 hours to yourself. Mentally, I feel it has given me an opportunity to recharge, think again, and rethink if indeed whatever I've been doing in whatever areas of livelihood I've been living is worth it, or it's another opportunity for me to think twice and get something else. In terms of financially, it may have drained me, but it has given me a window to look outside. Probably out there, there are greener pastures than when I thought. And it has really pushed me to the limit to know whatever we have today may never be there tomorrow. The only thing that is important is just family. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Nelly. Next, I would like to call Sinkaraju. My question is, do you prefer working at home or working at office? Do you prefer working at home or working at office?
Good question.
It's a wonderful question. Initially, I was excited to work at home, but pretty soon I started running back to office. You might ask me why. Because, the issue is in office, I have someone giving me tea, coffee, everything. But in house, I first need to make for my wife. And then if any energy is available, I'll make something for myself. So, for me, somehow working from home never works, because it'll be more like work at home rather than work from home, because there'll be more other distractions than, where you can concentrate on a particular subject. And of course, if you want to be good to your boss, you better be where your boss is. And when the boss is in the office, the right move will be you also be in the office. So you get to spend good time with him. So I would say that end of the day, I think it differs from person to person. But personally for me, I would actually prefer working from office, because working from home, my wife keeps reminding me every minute about cleanliness and how I should not be. So it's much better that I sit with peace of mind in the office in a relaxed way and concentrate on the job I'm supposed to do, forgetting about all the other things. So ultimately it depends on every person to person. Personally for me, work from office, nothing like it. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Okay, thank you, Singaraj. Recently, we saw many videos of working at home. Very funny video that's remind you of talking. Hand over to our Deepak Singh. Okay, thank you. Thanks for all our participants.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajan, for very well conducting this table topic session. Now we move on to our last session, that is evaluation. Today's general evaluator is DTM Rajesh. DTM Rajesh is business and social entrepreneur. He is the managing director and CEO of Hilltop General Contracting Company. He is president of Business Network International Royals chapter. He is in Toastmaster since year 2014. He is a member of 4 clubs. He is a president at KVPN Toastmaster Club. He is a VP membership at Doha Advanced Club. He is a logistic member for District 116. He is the fastest DTM of Qatar. He has completed all the projects for second DTM also and would be the fastest second time DTM globally. Please help me welcome such an eminent Toastmaster DTM Rajesh Visi as General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Am I audible?
Yep.
Yes.
For that beautiful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Evaluation is one of the beautiful segments in Toastmasters. It's always said, but feedback is the breakfast of champions. And for us, evaluation is the breakfast. When I look at evaluation, I look at 3 different angles. One is, that is, which I call it as 3E concept. Evaluate to educate, evaluate to encourage, evaluate to elevate. If an evaluator looks at these 3 concepts when he comes for evaluation, he could be a very successful evaluator. When he looks at these 3 concepts of evaluation, the speaker automatically comes with the second speech in the next meeting. That is where he becomes a successful evaluator. It's not that how many number of recommendations you are giving, it is that the one recommendation which you are giving is fruitful to the speaker, that makes a difference. It is not that the showcase of an evaluator which makes a difference, it is the action a speaker takes after the evaluation that makes a difference in speaker. As an evaluator, it's our responsibility that we create a hype in speaker. Once we are successful in doing it, we become more successful than the speaker. Once we learn the art of evaluation, that is where we succeed in our. This note, let us move on to evaluations session. Today we had ready to take up any role. She is the founder president of North Star Kindergarten to none other than Toastmaster Zeenatul Nisha. Put your hands together to welcome Zeenatul Nisha for the evaluation.
Thank you all. It's my privilege to evaluate Toastmaster Shamir. It was really an amazing speech. Just for a while, I was just surprised how he connected with the information to the current scenario, as well as keenly observing the information said by distinguished Toastmaster Aditya. It was just really surprising for me. How did he connect so soon? His speech was well prepared. It had a wonderful opening as well as a closing. And the content was well framed. And the positive part of the speech is that he incorporated the quotes which was relevant to mentoring. As it's online meeting, we cannot focus much on the eye coordination as well as the body language, but still I can feel the enthusiasm, the energy, and the vocal variety. What he used was perfectly matching for his speech. And I also observed that he spoke from his heart, from his experience. It was really a very good speech. And I also say that he has superseded this speech comparing to the previous speeches. But meantime, I was a little lost when he was talking about mentoring, about the message what he has got, and about all the mentoring and the role players. But at the same time, I was expecting from him to talk about his mentor, who has given him a strong support. And right from the icebreaker till now, he has so much of mentoring process going on. So really that part was little missing. And the other thing was really, I could say that overall, it was a very good speech, and he can just concentrate in a little bit of the eye and hand coordination, as well as how to approach in the online meeting. We need a little bit of training. And overall, it was a very good and wonderful speech. And there is a lot of opportunities for him to become a successful speaker if he continues in this same style. Wishing him all the very best for becoming a great speaker. And next one day, we can see him as a world champion too. All the very best, Toastmaster Shamir. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Zinatul Nisha. It was a nice evaluation. To add on to Toastmasters Zinatul Nisha, I would recommend Samir a bit of anecdote. If you would have added of your personal story, would have added a lot of value to your speech. Always, it is told that facts tell, stories sell. When we come up with our own story, it would become more inspirational speech. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a nice speech. And thank you. That was a nice evaluation, Toastmasters unit. Can we have a round of applause for the speaker as well as the evaluation? With this, let us move on to the next segment of today's meeting, role players report. Timer, are we on time, or are all the speakers qualified and the evaluators qualified?
Yeah. All the speakers are qualified in all the 3 sessions, and we started the meeting on time, sharp 7:15, and now we are almost on time.
Okay. Thank you, timer. Can we have a round of applause for the timer? With this, let us hear from our counter and listener, Deepesh.
Good evening to all Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, because of we know the online meeting was conducting, that's why the R counter it is not that much important. But anyway, between it was coming like some stoppage post itself is coming. So anyway, the speaker one it taken 2 posts and some 3 numbers of how. Anyway, we will forward to the listening. Accept of ignorance. It is a key tool for maintain what? Acceptance of ignorance. It is a key tool to maintain learning attitude. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, TM Toastmaster Krish was supposed to say, but the mic was full.
Yeah, mic was mute.
So we will do, if anybody knows, just raise a hand, I will unmute and he will say the answer.
Yeah, or maybe time being, although can be unmuted. Time being.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
The speaker Samir is suggesting the selection criteria for a mentor. It should be with the same
wavelength.
Wavelength. Very good.
Wavelength.
As per our table topic master Tabassi Kumar, after our eradication of the COVID-19 measures, what we are going to stop towards nature? What we are going to do stop towards nature? Our behavior towards nature, what we are going to do stop?
Save the nature. Save the nature.
And we will stop to do the pollution.
Pollution.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. Which table topic master is used to invite guests to home?
Krish.
Anybody remember?
Krish.
Yeah, Krish. Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepesh. It was a nice session hearing from you. Let us move on to the grammarian. Let us hear from our grammarian now.
Good evening.
Jeta.
Yeah, good evening, Mansi. Hello, Rajesh sir. And today, the word of the day supersedes by 3 speakers. It is used by 3 times. And I did not find any grammatical misuses.
You're done? Thank you, Vijayata. Thank you so much. With this, we end our role players report. Let me give my general suggestions and feedback on role players report. Timer did an excellent job. You were well prepared. You have virtual backgrounds on your screen, as well as you had the color cards in case of any failures with the virtual background. The excellent way of doing a role. That is how we say that we come prepared for a meeting, and exactly you have come prepared for a meeting. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for her? Our counter and listener, exactly what we told was right. There are sometimes long pauses due to the network issues. and we were not able to find out whether it was ours, whose, or due to network issues. However, you did your role well. Listener role was excellent. You heard this. You were attentive throughout the meeting. Your questions reflected those attentiveness. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for the accountant and listener, Deepesh? Vijeta, you come up with an excellent word, superseded, but I did not get an opportunity to use that word. Generally, what happens is people start using the word when it is seen. Once you introduce the word of the day and we forget the word of the day, I would suggest one bit of suggestion is not for Vijeta, for the grammarians in the future, when they come up for the role, let the word of the day be put on your background, so that speakers could see that word and start speaking. Otherwise, it would be difficult for a speaker to remember. He already comes in tensions to speak with all the information which he has been mugged up, and finally forgets about word of the day, and even he forgets to speech as well. So one bit of suggestion is putting that word behind the grammarian. Sometimes it may prompt the speakers to use that word. With this, you did your role excellently when, like, your word was good. I would also suggest that we could bring in words which we have never heard, and we could add a new word to our vocabulary. Those type of words could add value to all of us in the meeting. Otherwise, it was an excellent role. You explained the role of the grammarian well. You told what is the meaning of the word and how it could be used. Excellent way of doing your look. Great. Can we have a round of applause to Vijeta? With this, let us move on to the last segment of general evaluation. Is my own general observation and suggestion on today's meeting. Sergeant at Arms started the meeting exactly on time. Sergeant at Arms, you deserve a big round of applause for this. First time having an online meeting. Getting into the meeting on time itself a big thing. Since previous many days I'm on online meeting. I've been seeing mock contests and all. We almost required around 30 to 45 minutes to get settled down for a meeting. People getting in, testing and all those things. These things were well done well before time you started the meeting on time. Excellent. Number two, you explained all the protocols which is required for the meeting to happen. You read out the mission. Excellent way of doing a role. Can we have a round of applause for Sergeant at Arms for the first time online meeting? President, your energy and enthusiasm is really great. Appreciated. You briefed all the things which is required as a president. You welcome the guests. What the best thing I liked is you observed completely throughout the meeting and saw that people were there globally in this meeting and gave chance for them to speak. That is the best thing for a president to do. Welcoming people across the globe or guests and giving them opportunity is one of the best thing to recognize people. A hiccup which we had at the starting was to ask for the guest to introduce. Sometimes that doesn't work here. Well, why? Because they don't have their names on the screen, or otherwise you should have that way of doing it is let us go like this. You can come up. Let us go into guest introduction. Master Singaraju. You know the name, let him incus. Once you hear him, next go on to the next speaker, next go on to, by seeing the names on the board. There, hiccups won't be there. Otherwise, if we give a chance in a randomly fashion, then hiccups would be there. Otherwise, you did the room excellently well. I like the way it has been done. Invitation of distinguished Toastmaster Aditya Maheshwaran is one of the record-breaking incidents. Excellent. Can we have a round of applause to our President? And next, coming on to Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day, the new beginning, good theme for the day. This is the new beginning for your online meetings. Excellent theme chosen. You were well prepared. You had a lot of content to speak about the thing.
Yeah. We lost you.
Only thing, a point of how to introduce a speaker that could be looked after.
Yeah, actually, voice is breaking. Yeah.
Rajesh, your voice
Team
is
Rajesh,
breaking.
your voice breaking and it got stopped now. Yeah. The video has got stopped. Team Rajesh, are you there? Team
I
Rajesh?
think it was a deliberate ploy when suggestions are made.
Okay. Let's welcome Rajesh again. He's back again. Yeah, okay. Rajesh, you can talk. Yeah. 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 Rajesh, you can start. Yeah. General elevator can start. Yeah.
What's happening? I don't know. Subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah. With this, am I audible?
Yeah, audible. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The best part which I saw in this today's meeting was meeting started exactly on time. Number one. Number two is attendance of the meeting was high. We had a lot of guests who attended the meeting globally. That was one of the best things which I observed. And Aditya Maheshwaran's talk was excellent. Generally, people might be thinking that it is not easy to
Again, problem.
Yeah, actually, the team Rajesh, I think he's having some connections issue.
2 times.
Maybe video can be stopped. Yeah.
In Qatar, but we knew how much difficulty it had. You're hearing me? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Speed is slow, so we can just stop your video.
Hello?
Yeah.
Rajesh, your network is
slow. Speed is slow, so you can stop the video. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, please stop the video, then it will be clear, I think.
Yeah, the last sentence we heard from you was when you were talking about Aditya Maheshwaran. You can start from there, please.
Yeah, Rajesh, you can keep continuing. I have just switched off your video.
Yes, thing what I saw in this video. Yeah. The best thing which I saw in this meeting was meeting started on time. Attendance also meeting was so high. We had guests participated across the globe. And fourth, having a distinguished Toastmaster Aditya Maheshwaran. And I will tell you one thing, having distinguished Toastmaster Aditya Maheshwaran is not a small thing. We had hosted Aditya Maheshwaran 2 times in Qatar, once in Alcor and once in Birla Public School. We knew how much it takes for such a speaker to come in for a talk. Aditya Maheshwaran is not a small speaker, but this effort of bringing him online and speaking itself is a great job. Kudos to the president, kudos to all ExCom members who took this initiative. There were many other members from Qatar who had been on that point of
He's online. You can keep talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Being an online meeting, one thing is one online meeting protocols has to be explained well. That is the only suggestion which I could tell. For example, one, as soon as the sergeant at arms comes in or sergeant at arms invites the technical host to explain the protocols of online meeting, to put off, to put all the microphones muted, switch off the videos, all those things. Why? Because video is on, we don't know what's happening behind us. So we should be very careful when you are at home. Environment is not so safe at home. You have families, kids revolving around us. So that part we should take care always. That is why it has been said that put off your video when you are not a speaker. And switching off, keeping ourselves mute is the best thing. We cannot tell our kids to be quiet. It is home, it is their home. They will talk and they have to talk at home. They cannot go somewhere else because we are having a meeting at home. They cannot go somewhere else and talk. We don't have a meeting for 5 or 10 minutes. We are having a meeting for around 2.5 hours. They cannot keep mum for 2.5 hours. We should keep our microphone shut for that point of time. That is why we had a great argument with somebody saying that we should be professional. There's nothing called of like that. We are at home. We cannot be so professional. Family is very important. Toastmasters meeting is a secondary thing. We cannot irritate family because of Toastmasters meeting. So one thing we need to observe is keep our phones shut, for microphones mute, and video if you are not the speaker. And speakers should pin the timer before they speak. These three things should be told. Thank you so much for an opportunity. With this, I love the way the meeting has been conducted. Thank you so much. Thank you for keeping this momentum going. And this is a time when we need to keep the momentum going. Back to the president.
Thank you, DTM Rajesh, for wonderful evaluation, and definitely your suggestions and recommendations will be taken care in our next meetings. Now, this is the advantage of our Toastmaster meetings. In every meeting, we learn something new. In fact, few months back, just probably 6 months back, when I also came as a guest in this Toastmaster meeting, I just thought it is for improving the communication skill or the public speaking skills. But as the periods passed by and I attended a couple of meetings, I found that it is not just attending the meeting to improve the communication skills, but it is gaining a lot of other qualities also. We learn the value of the time, punctuality. We learn to adhere to the commitment. We learn relationship building, and we learn to help others. We not only it helps grow ourselves, but we also help others, and that's a win-win situation. I haven't seen any other platform like this. Is there anywhere else which will help a person grow like this? So it's a great to be part of this Toastmaster club. North Star Toastmaster has been a very active union, and we hope to continue with that. With this, I will hand over to our president, Toastmaster Jinathan Nisa, to complete the session. Over to Toastmaster President.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today it was a great meeting. Hope everyone would have enjoyed and would have got a lot of information. Along with that, we have the Division B Director has sent a message to convey to all the members in view of the lockdown. I'll just read the message. Thought it is a lockdown period. There are many things we locked opened in our life which we never thought we really missed. COVID-19 taught us forcefully by social distancing the importance of staying connected. Hope even I do agree this. He is not available here. Still, in view and behalf of North Star Toastmasters Club, we'll just honor him by giving a very good round of applause for this wonderful message. And you know, this is a great session, and still we have a few guests. We can take the feedbacks who didn't get the opportunity to speak. And do we have time?
Yeah.
We have 5 guests, and we have the feedback, introduction as well as feedback from them too, please.
President, 1 second, I forgot to thank Toastmaster Nizar for doing a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Being a host of this meeting, excellent way, excellent job.
Thank you.
Okay, now we can get the feedback from Toastmaster Sai.
Singaraju, take feedback from Singaraju. He will give a honest feedback.
Singaraju.
I tell you, Rajesh is very notorious. Okay. Just one suggestion I have is that I think we should not have this 1 minute between speeches, because it hampers the flow of the meeting. The 1 minute between speeches, and the evaluator anyway has a lot of time to make the comments. So I think we should not have the 1 minute. And I heard one speaker saying that first thing, second thing, don't say first thing, second thing, just go on. explain it like a story or something like that when you're speaking. And the third point is Rajesh actually said, put your video off. I think if the video is off, the speaker loses the motivation to speak, because there are some faces, when you look at them, you get motivated to speak. You get the energy within you. Otherwise, it's like speaking to a blackboard. And my personal opinion is that, okay, audio off, but video on, because we would love to see all the beautiful faces. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I invited yesterday. Straight away, he agreed. I will join. Thank you.
How can we say no to you, Balkis?
Next, can we have Toastmaster Murli Shankar?
Yeah. Once again, good evening, ma'am. I will conclude within a minute. It's a great experience, and thanks to my great friend, Mr. Nizar. He has given me a WhatsApp message. I was very happy to participate, and thanks to all. We'll meet you again. Thank you so much, and have a nice day. Have a good night.
And next, can we have Toastmaster Raj Bharat?
Good evening, everyone. Raj here from TCS Maitri, Mumbai, Toastmaster, India. I joined the meeting little late. Apologize for that. But the evaluation segment I attended, I really liked it. Impressed me with all the evaluation points which we have covered here. I really liked the points when feedback were given to grammarian. It was saying that a speaker forget the word of the day and the phrase of the day, and there should be something so that speaker can remember. I really like this point. I will try to incorporate such feedback in my club too. And overall, really I liked the segments and all the talks which were covered today. Really liked a lot. Thank you so much.
I'd like to add is long life for Toastmaster Division B Director Ravi Shankar. He has joined. We just spoke about his wordings. Can we have the feedback from him if he's here?
President, who spoke now? President or?
Yeah, it's
Good evening,
the president.
Okay.
I shared your message, which you
Actually,
sent me.
I came very early, 1 minute before. Okay. Very sorry. Because actually I was very attracted. You said you were able to arrange Aditya for your club meeting. I was actually very excited to, but unfortunately we had 2-3 meetings today, so I could not miss it. I thought by any chance, let me see if that bald is here. I wanted to have a glimpse of it. But anyway, it's unfortunate. Thanks for that. What message, Zenat, you said? You gave some message?
About the lockdown, which you asked me to share.
Okay, yesterday's WhatsApp message. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's just as I said, a small inspiration, because we are all closed down in one room. I said that actually this has taught us to get more connected rather than isolation. I said forcibly social distancing has shown us the importance of getting connected, and you brought Aditya into this. Getting Aditya for district officers is a very tough challenge. They pay, they arrange so many things. And you brought it very casually to the meeting. I was telling that point, like it's a big thing you have done, because this has taught us what all we can do. We are really missed in our life. Actually, to the North Star Club, okay, I'm not sure of the complete officials and office bearers there. Congratulations and kudos. You are actually making an impact every meeting after meeting. Okay. In district council, you are not missing to publicize, brand yourself as one of the happening place. Okay. We all cannot come to your place and see. So that way, I actually appreciate. See, some leaders make the difference. Just doing like that is one style. Doing with a commitment is a different style. That should come from a leader. That's why I become a leader. Actually, I like your leaders, whoever they are. I give them my congratulations from here. Thanks, Zinat. Next time, I promise you, I'll come early. Even if Aditya is not there, I come early. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Toastmaster Subaya. Can we hear the feedback from you? Toastmaster Subaya.
Hi. Good evening.
evening. Very nice to meet you all through this online meeting. Actually, this is my first, what is called Zoom meeting. So I am learning many things and very much happy because special guest, Toastmaster Aditya, and it is very wonderful. So, still
Come
we
closer
have,
to the mic. No, we can't hear you.
hello, are you hearing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm very happy to meet you all in this online meeting. I learned a lot of things, how to operate this Zoom, and it is very happy to meet you all again, like our Toastmaster Sundar and all our friends in this meeting. Very thank you for Toastmaster Nisar, also the ex-com of North Star. I'm very happy to see you all. Thank you very much.
Next, can we hear from Toastmaster Tabasvi Kumar?
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
And you know, I'm always excited to attend any meeting. Many times I went to South Africa online. And yesterday also in enthusiasm, yesterday I prepared myself and sat in front of the computer. And then I came to know it is not today, it is tomorrow. So yesterday I set everything for this meeting, but unfortunately it was not there. So you can see how excited I am. I always like to join the clubs in their meetings, and really every time we are learning. Particularly today was the great opportunity because DTM Aditya was here, Singaraju is here, Raviji is here. So all the leaders whom we are looking for are here. So it's a great opportunity to talk to them, listen to them. And as Toastmaster Ravi mentioned, North Star is doing wonders, and we are always looking for the speakers who brought something new. So best of luck, North Star. Over to President.
Okay, next, can we have the feedback from Toastmaster Venkat?
I think
Venkat has left.
Hi,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I had to leave in between for urgent personal commitment, unexpected. So yeah, I'm glad to be part of this North Star meeting, which is for the first time I'm attended this online meeting, and different perspectives from different speakers, and especially a different platform. This really tells us how effectively you guys are managing change. And I believe even my own club has started doing this, but unfortunately because of my shift, I could not join this online meeting so far, and it's a great platform for us to move forward. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah. And next we have 3 more members left. We can go with Toastmaster Krish. Toastmaster Krish.
Good evening again, everyone. And like I said, I'm very happy to join you all, and thank you all for having me. And it was a fantastic meeting, and especially to see Aditya Maheshwaran again. I just heard him a few days back. He had conducted a huge workshop on international speech contest. And again, to hear him again, it was fantastic. And I was just talking to Nisar about, how we can collaborate to have a joint meeting. Now that it's online, if 2 clubs can come together and have a meeting, it would, really help bridge these international boundaries are just physical lines on the map. And, once we are online, all those things disappear. That being said, I will follow up with Nisar, and hopefully he follows up with me. And with respect to feedback, I thought a lot of things which I took back from what Rajesh said, especially that he's going to be a second DTM now. I just congratulated one of my friends in Division K who has just become a double DTM. And to see that Rajesh is going to overdo that or supersede that by doing it as the fastest person to do a double DTM. Again, there's so much wealth of knowledge everywhere in different clubs, and I'm very glad to have joined you guys today. And the one word, the few valuable words which I'm going to take from Rajesh is what he said about the 3 E's about evaluation: to educate, elevate, and encourage. So these are 3 lines which I am definitely going to use in one of my meetings, and I might take credit for that, but I will definitely put your name in that. That being said, I've just copied few of the meeting rules which I send out in my online meetings. So
He's become unaudible now.
He's
Okay.
mute.
Can we move with the next? We have our member,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Reggie Thomas, a valuable person and an assert to North Star Toastmasters Club. Can we hear from our member, Toastmaster Reggie Thomas?
Good evening, everybody.
Good
evening.
Unfortunately, I was able to join the meeting only by 9 o'clock. We are in the midst of a shutdown, and I could reach home only by that time. And I hope in the future meetings, I will be able to come early and attend the complete meeting. Thank you so much. We can move on to the next participant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is anybody left to share your feedback, please?
Our area director is there? No.
He's
left.
not. He's left.
And there is one sad news. The Qatar reports 2 deaths from COVID-19, 225 new cases today, 19 recoveries.
So 5th day, right?
Hmm?
5th.
Yeah.
5th.
Before 4, now 6.
Mansoor is raising hands. Mansoor is raising hands.
Mansoor is here. Yeah.
Yeah. Mansoor can speak now.
Yeah, actually, thank you so much, your president, our president, Zinatul Nisha. She's doing, she completely very good. She's doing very good job. Exactly. You know why? Because I'm a young and I'm doing a lot of things, but she's very diplomatically. She was following when she met the first day when I came to Alcor. I am really happy and how she performing the role. And when I joined this meeting, my mentality changed, my feeling is changed. I feel motivated, and I'm surrounded with successful people in the life and in the business, a lot of things. Anyway, and Mr. Nizar and Mr. Shamir, and also great smile, Ms. Malkis Nazar VP. And a good question you give me, Mr. Ajayan CP. All of you doing good job. Thank you so much.
Next, coming to the closing session, it's time for the renewables. Still, I appreciate, I do understand the scenario and conditions, but still to retain the membership and the interest what we have. I request all members to renew. And we will be having our next Toastmasters meeting 3rd Tuesday, that is on 21st of April. So hope with this we can adjourn the meeting with a group photo. And before that, I would like to conclude by saying that do what you can with what you have, where you are. Hope this perfectly suits the Toastmasters and we are doing it. I'd like to convey my hearty thanks to the entire Toastmaster fraternity, the ExCom, the district officials, and the valuable guests and Toastmasters who have been attendant for this meeting, and our supporting members of North Star Toastmasters. Really, you have done an awesome job with the support of DTM, Rajesh, and everybody. Thank you so much. And I would like to give a very good round of applause to each and everybody present. And can we have a group photo now?
Yeah.
The host can lead.
Most of them left.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, okay. Everybody stand still, can come near the PC. You can be in the center of the frame. Then we just say 1, 2, 3 and then click. Okay, everyone ready? Our Rajesh, the team Rajesh. It's okay. Okay, okay. His picture is coming. He can turn on his video if it is possible. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, then start. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Great job, Nissan. Great job.
Thank you.
And one more thing I'd like to say, when we have to open the meeting and close the meeting, what do we use?
Gavel.
Can you use the mouse?
Open and adjourn.
Open and adjourn the meeting. What instrument do we use?
Gavel.
If you want to see my gavel today,
Yeah,
You can take it from kitchen. You can take it from kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you all. No, it's in English.
That one is a very high value.
This serves the purpose. Yeah.
That symbol is a very simple of